Hey y'all, what's up fam? Welcome back to Tommy Bites TV. How are my cousins doing tonight? It is 100 gallons of fuel spill closes intersection in Phoenix. If you're still in that area, let me know down in the comments. Have they reopened that yet? Hazmat has responded to that 100-gallon fuel spill. Before we get into it, take a moment, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you have not, we would love for you to become one of our cousins here on Tommy Bite TV. So we are dealing with this in Phoenix. Firefighters and hazardous materials teams were called to a Circle K in Phoenix to contain a fuel spill from a tanker that hit a wall at the gas station. The tanker, which was carrying nearly 8,000 gallons of gasoline, hit the wall at a Circle K near the intersection of 35th Avenue and Bethany Home Road around 3:30 a.m. And this was on February 19th. According to the Phoenix Fire Department, the crash caused a puncture to the side of the tank carrying gasoline, and nearly 100 gallons of fuel spilled into the open. Hazmat teams did prioritize creating barriers to prevent the gas from flowing into the storm drains, and 2 nearby businesses were evacuated. Now, I can pretty much guarantee that there was still fuel that spilled into the storm drains before hazmat team even got there. Police have cordoned off traffic in the area and summoned an alternative tanker to transfer remaining fuel. Closures are expected to remain in place for several hours, according to the fire department. So if you are in this area, let us know down in the comments, have they opened that back up? The fuel spill is in the West Valley, comes on the heels of a toxic spill after a fatal rollover crash in Tucson on Wednesday. So over again, time and time again, these accidents are continuing to happen, whether it's carelessness or whatever is taking place on purpose. That crash resulted in multiple shelter-in-place warnings and a full closure of Interstate 10 in both directions for more than a day. And that was in Tucson, where the fuel spill in the West Valley, heels of a toxic spill after a fatal rollover crash. So guys, let me know in the comments. It's just happening over and over again. Here is something else that just happened. A pipeline leak leads to fuel spill in Christian County. Here we go again. This happened in Kentucky. So an issue with a fuel pipeline owned by BP in Christian County has led to a large-scale cleanup on Saturday morning. Okay, Christian County emergency personnel say a leak was found in a pipeline located in a remote field off the Buckford River Road near McKinney Road. Authorities say the leak has been stopped and they are working now on a plan to clean up the area. The leak was caused by a third-party excavating company accidentally striking the line. So again, carelessness is causing many people to be in danger, to be sick, to be harmed. State and federal environmental protection officials have been conducting ongoing air and water monitoring in an effort to ensure that all environmental and health and making sure that things are addressed. It's the same situation in Palestine, right? So you see what's happening there in Ohio. They told them, we're checking the air, we're checking the water, everything's fine. Yet people are getting sick. They're getting rashes. Their animals are dying. So I don't believe, when they saying we're checking stuff, oh, it's clear, everything's fine. It's just me. It's all about this. That's what it's about. So it goes on to state that British Petroleum, along with Kentucky Department of Environmental Protection, Kentucky Emergency Management, and Christian County Emergency Management are working together to create a plan to clean up the area. The area is not done yet. People are still going to have to buy that bottled water. They're going to have to be careful how they, use water in that area. Matter of fact, how they breathe. And I don't know what you can do about that. I don't know if just wearing a mask will help with that. And they will have to drive further to find fuel because that station is closed, and the other one that I talked about previously is also closed. So time and time again, we have to figure out how we can stock up on certain items that we use every single day. And if you're stockpiling your fuel, make sure you're safe in doing it and you're not doing it in your home and you have it away from your home. And you have it in containers that are suitable for it. Check into all of those things. I'm going to try to remember to put the video that I saw where the woman was talking about her chickens and them having seizures and her rabbits that died and spill that's still in the water. I don't know. You just gotta be careful out here. I mean, you just don't know. 1 minute your water is fine, the next it is not. 1 minute you're living in your home, the next you're having to evacuate. That is serious. I'll see you guys in the next video.
Hi guys. You guys are gonna wait. I'm gonna feed the goats first. The Sunday after the derailment, I went to put them away for the night and I had a dead rooster in my yard. Initially I thought maybe just something random happened to it. I wasn't sure. I didn't put two and two together because we were told it was safe. And then I had another one that I found a few minutes later who was isolating himself. He did not go in for the night. I had to carry him into the coop. I had another one who was starting to like walk funny. You can see that his legs are just not working right. This is infuriating and it's sad. It was 2 days after the detonation. He completely couldn't walk anymore. He was completely coherent. If I put him by food and water, he would eat and drink perfectly fine, but he couldn't use his legs anymore. And I also, the same night, had a hen who I put in the coop. She went up on the roost and then started seizing and fell off the roost. And it happened multiple times after that. She has since seemed to not be having those, so I don't know if it was the initial exposure that just messed with her system and now she's okay. I don't know what the long-term effects are. They were perfectly healthy before all this happened, and within 24 hours, they all dropped. That's just not normal, and it was all slightly different symptoms. I also had 2 rabbits die. They were within 24 hours. It was literally overnight. They just dropped. This is the fish. Okay, so I went down to the creek right by my house, and mind you, we're almost 2 weeks later, and this is what we still have. There are literally hundreds of dead fish. The stream that is contaminated, Leslie Run, runs right into my property. Like, it dumps into the creek by my property. The EPA was saying, like, the fish are repopulating already, and I'm like, there was not one living thing in that creek. Not one. My heart goes out to the people that are even closer. I mean, I know what I'm dealing with. I'm not drinking my water. I don't trust it at all. This is our home. I grew up here. I was born here. Like, I know every road around here. I know just about everybody here. We can't just uproot and go. Like, it's a disaster.
So this is the night of the derailment. So it would be that brick red house right there. Obviously something that catastrophic to that extent has to do more to the environment and everything than what they're saying. No, come on guys, come on. Up until today, I would have probably said something completely different. I would have probably said I was thoroughly impressed with everything and how they're handling it and how transparent they've been. But whenever you do have to wonder when you go and smell that, and of course you're going to smell any effects whenever they mess with anything at the site, but you could taste the chemical in your mouth, almost like a smell taste. I would like to see continuing testing, you know, every 3 months for the next year and a half. I would really appreciate. It's been nice to see them actually putting forth a big effort into making sure that they're constantly monitoring air and water. But I'm also now starting to kind of be a little bit more concerned of the lasting impacts